So what I want to do next now is put the hole in the middle and the little slot so I can get the wire into that hole in the middle. So I'm going to start with the hole in the middle, and I want to put that in the middle of the circle. And if I go to here, the computer is now putting some lines on the screen. In other words, it's guessing what I want to do, saying, well, presumably you want to draw a circle on one of those endpoints. Well, I do. So if I move up, see, it's drawing a little dotted line, and now it's saying that's right in the center. Now, I want my circle to be slightly bigger than the wire. Not a lot bigger than the wire, but slightly bigger than the wire. And an average headphone wire is about 2 millimeters wide. So I want my circle, my hole, to be a little bit more than 2 millimeters wide. So I'm going to go for 2.5 millimeters. I could go for 3, but I definitely want it a little bit bigger. The radius is half of the size of the circle. So in the bottom corner down here where it says radius, the number I'm after putting in there is half of the size of the circle I want. So if I want my circle to be 2.5 millimeters, half of 2.5 millimeters is 1.25 millimeters. And I click enter. So that's the circle there that the wire is going to sit into. And I want to put a channel down for the wire to go in, and I want that to be 1.5 millimeters wide. I could draw a 1.5 millimeter wide slot, but how am I going to get it exactly in the center? And the way I'm going to do it is by drawing my slot in 2 halves. I'm going to start in the center here and draw downwards and outwards, and I know that I want that to be 5 millimeters deep. 5 is all the way down to the bottom. And again, I want that to be half of my 1.5 millimeter wide channel. So half of 1.5 is 0.75. And then I'm going to do the one on the other side. So again, 5 and half of the space, 0.75. And that gives me the 2 lines. If I now zoom in, I can now delete those lines. So if I click onto the zoom tool, get a bit bigger, pick up the rubber, I want to basically take all of these lines in the center out. And that's going to give me the slot in. If I zoom in even further, you can see there's little bits down here left over. I need to get rid of those too. Zoom out. So that now gives me my shape that I want the end view to have. So I've got, it's a nice round shape, a flat bit up here, that's where I'm going to put my name, nice and round on the bottom, with a slot I can push the wire into, and then a circle with a little bit bigger that the wire is going to sit into. I now want to change the view, so camera, standard views, I'm going to go to isometric, and I can actually see that I've got this drawn from the side. So I've drawn the side. So I want to now stretch that out using the push-pull tool. And I pull that sideways, and again I want to type the distance in. I think I want that to be 40 millimeters, that's 4 centimeters long. So I've now got a 4 centimeter long piece. And if I click on my rotation tool and have a look at that, I can see that, oops, I need to move that up a bit so I can see it some more. I've now got a complete piece with no holes in. That's the shape I want it to be. So the next section is to get my name onto the top of there.